Hey guys, this is Ackleyattack4427 here with a brand new thoughts video for all of you guys, and yeah, looks like it is already March right about now, and boy, time flies pretty fast right about now for sure, but hey, I guess if anything, it's still not going to stop me from, of course, doing what I normally do on this channel for sure, because yeah, I'm always the type of guy who loves to entertain for sure, So yeah, and I guess for anything for today's thoughts we have by now, I guess it's actually quite fitting that I would actually go ahead and do this one for all of you guys, because that's what I actually really love. So yeah, I think I might as well go ahead and get right to it. So yeah, and so yeah, I guess for today's thoughts we have by now, boy oh boy, we're finally getting into, of course, one movie that I am really excited to see right about now, and yeah, it's been a long time coming since I've been wanting to see this movie, and well, I guess after quite a long time, it's finally out right now, and I have the privilege to go see it for sure. So yeah, I guess that's what I kind of figure I would do. So yeah, I guess if anything, with of course the month of March being incredibly busy for me, like of course not just my classes at college, but also of course other projects that I got going on, as well as of course in pretty much less than 2 weeks from now, I'm gonna be coming back to TorahCon up in Rochester coming up. I think it's actually quite fitting that that, of course, for the first weekend wrapping up before I can get right on to, of course, the stuff I'll do in my busy schedule. I think I would actually go see a brand new movie that had just recently came out for yeah, just mainly for the hag, because yeah, I always love going to see a brand new movie for sure. Those actually give out some really good stuff. Well, most of the time for sure, and once again, I of course have a big special thanks to everyone over at Crown City Cinemas in Cortland to help me out on that, because yeah, I always love going there for of course a new release for sure, and the staff members working there are of course really quite nice at what they're doing. So yeah, I guess if anything for today's movie right now, it's actually no exception on that. So yeah, practically since probably been a long time coming right about now. So how about we dabble into the latest movie based around pretty much our favorite Caped Crusader right about now. I think you know exactly where I'm going at right about now, and so yeah, I guess right about now for today's movie right about now, we're of course going to be diving into the latest movie based around one of the most iconic superheroes of all time, let alone one of the most famous superheroes in the by Marvel's rival DC for sure. So yeah, I guess if anything, no, it's not a DC Extended Universe movie right now. This was, of course, a separate DC movie right now, which still is actually really awesome for sure. So yeah, I guess if anything, for today's movie right now, I'm, of course, going to be talking about the latest movie that had finally came out right about now, which is none other than The Batman. So yeah, probably a long time coming right about now, but The Batman is of course what I'm talking about here today, or should I say, The Batman, and yeah, just came out very recently, and man, it's been a long time coming to have this movie officially come out, but here I am, officially came back from, of course, seeing it, and well, I might as well talk about it here today. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say on that. Alright, so I guess before I can get right on to talking about this movie, I think I might as well address one thing for sure. Yeah, I think if you think Spider-Man is, of course, pretty much a really great superhero to me on the Marvel side of things, but I guess in terms of DC right about now, I guess there's no doubt in my mind that Batman is, of course, one superhero that I really do admire in the DC side of things for sure. So yeah, pretty much for the way he actually is, of course, dressed like a bag to, of course, moving in the shadows, fighting off some of the greatest villains for sure, like, of course, the Joker, the Penguin, the Riddler, Two-Face, and that's just to name a few right about now. I guess there's no doubt in my mind that Batman is, of course, one of the most recognizable superheroes for sure. Yeah, pretty much going all the way, yeah, pretty much, and I guess in terms of the movie side of things, Batman is, of course, pretty much well known for some really great stuff in terms of movies for sure. Like, of course, some really awesome stuff from, of course, Michael Keaton in the original Tim Burton movies, to even Christian Bale actually giving off a really solid portrayal in the Dark Knight trilogy. And yes, by the way, I actually really do love the way he actually portrays Batman's voice, and actually making it really deep in like this. And man, holy crap! I think I am nearly perfecting on my Batman voice. Boy, I'm getting really good at this. Excuse me. So yeah. But yeah, that actually does show that Christian Bale actually does give out a very solid Batman in the Dark Knight trilogy, and despite numerous issues I have with the early DC Extended Universe movies for sure, I will admit Ben Affleck actually does do a fine job in portraying Batman for sure. So yeah, and let's not forget to mention Lego Batman. I always love Lego Batman for sure. He is actually really great, and plus, I still really love the line, "I only work in black, and sometimes very, very dark gray." So yeah, I guess there's no doubt in my mind that in terms of movies, Batman has, of course, really does do a fine job in that. Even in some movies where I thought they were terrible for sure, I always know that Batman is, of course, yeah, Batman can be done good for sure. So yeah, and I guess in terms of course, this newest one right about now, I know this has been in the works for quite a long time now, and yeah, much like every other movie that I've covered for the past couple of years, this movie has been delayed constantly because of COVID for sure. So yeah, I guess if anything, it's probably been a long time coming for this movie to finally come out for sure, and yeah, after much anticipation, it's finally out right about now, and much like everyone else, I of course have the privilege to go and see this film for what it is, and now that I just got back from, of course, seeing it, what do I think of this movie overall? Well, I have to say, pretty much for what it is, consider me actually impressed right about now. So yeah, I guess there's no doubt in my mind. I actually think this new Batman movie is good. I mean, I don't mean just good in general. I mean, it's really good. So yeah, I guess it's the perfect way I actually can describe the new Batman movie for sure. I don't really think it's actually pitch perfect by all means, but I actually do think it's a really good movie overall. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say on that. Alright, so now that I've actually got that out of the way, I guess I might as well go ahead and talk about all the things I need to talk about to show why I actually really like this movie for sure. So yeah, I guess the first thing I need to start off with is, of course, the story for, of course, this movie, and I have to say, pretty much for what it is, I actually really do love the way they actually structure out the storyline for, of course, this movie, which in the end actually makes it all the more engaging and actually very interesting to watch for sure, and yeah, I'm actually really glad that they actually pretty much did something different for, of course, this new Batman movie for sure. I really do love how that since we're all getting sick and tired of it, I'm glad they decided not to show pretty much Bruce Wayne's parents getting killed for sure, which actually resulting in Bruce Wayne becoming Batman for sure. I actually really love how well they decided not to do that, but only me mention it briefly for a little bit, which is actually what I'm looking for something new and different with this new Batman movie. I actually think it's brilliantly well done, and yeah, story-wise, for sure, I just love the way on how well it's actually turned out for sure, and I really love on how well structured out the story actually turned out right about now. So yeah, I have to say for what it is, I really do admire the story for, of course, this movie. I think it really does everything, and somehow pretty different for, of course, for a regular old Batman movie, which actually makes it all the more impressive. So yeah, and not to mention, I also found the film's writing, I have to say, is, of course, brilliantly structured out for sure, and every single scene throughout every single course of this movie right about now is, of course, brilliantly written out for sure. I just love the way on how well written this movie is, with some really great dialogue, and of course some really good bits of action within each scene, which actually makes it all the more engaging for sure. So yeah, I guess if anything, that's pretty much what I can say for, of course, the story and the writing for, of course, this movie. So yeah, that's all I can say for that. Alright, so now that I've actually got the first two out of the way, I guess I might as well go ahead and talk about the next couple things that I should mention, which are, of course, the characters for this movie. And what can I say about it? The characters throughout the course of this movie, for sure, I actually do find myself liking a really good number of these characters for sure. I actually think with what I'm actually seeing, I really do love the way they actually give out a really good sense of character development, and of course do some things that'll make them three-dimensional for sure. And yeah, I think for what it is, I really do love the way on how it's actually turned out right about now. I really love on how well the characters actually turned out, and I do find myself rooting for them every single time I see them on screen for sure. So yeah, and of course on top of all that, the next thing I should mention is that pretty much all the actors that actually came on board to play all these characters, I'm not gonna lie, they actually pull off some really great performances in my opinion. Yeah, of course, probably a few that I could mention right by now is, of course, sorry about that, I almost felt the need to, of course, lay out some gas right about now, but I'll be alright. But yeah, I think pretty much a few of the actors I have to say who play all these characters that I can list right by now is, of course, for starters, I really do love Jeffrey Wright in portraying his role as Commissioner Gordon. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, I really do love Jeffrey Wright's portrayal of course, Commissioner Gordon right about now. I really love on, of course, what he's actually done, and giving his character everything that he could, which actually makes it all the more impressive. I really love the way Jeffrey Wright actually portrayed his character for sure, and of course, another thing I should mention is, of course, Bruce Wayne's, pretty much mentor and butler, Alfred, who is, of course, played by Andy Serkis, and yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I actually think Andy Serkis actually does portray Alfred. I actually really do love the way Alfred is portraying in this movie, and Andy Serkis actually really does do a fine job in portraying his character. I mean, granted, it couldn't be the likes of course, other well-known actors who played Alfred in the previous Batman movies. Couple ones I could list at the top of my head is, of course, Michael Caine in the Dark Knight trilogy, and a little bit of Jeremy Irons in the DCEU for sure. But I have to say, for what it is, Andy Serkis actually really does portray Alfred just fine. But probably, I think, the main actor that really does shine through all the way, in my opinion, is, of course, Robert Pattinson as Bruce Wayne, a.k.a. Batman, and I will have to say, he did a fantastic job being portraying this character for sure. I really love of course, he gives out a bit of development, and of course, some likability as Bruce Wayne. And even having a bit of a dark and, of course, vengeful and even, yeah, and even more serious side of him when he's portraying Batman for sure. Yeah, pretty much from the way I'm actually seeing Pattinson as Batman, looking all angry and stuff, and for him to say one of the lines in the movie, "I'm vengeance," that, I have to say, really does do yeah, really does hit the, pretty much hits the, yeah, I couldn't actually think at the top of my head. That really hits the nail on the head, Rabbit. Now, thank you, that's what I was gonna say originally, so, but yeah, whatever the case may be, I really do enjoy Robert Pattinson as Batman in this movie. I say he really does do a fine job, and of course portraying that character just fine. And hell, I think that's saying a whole lot, since he has been doing a lot of good stuff in recent years after, you know, the suckfest known as Twilight for sure. So, but hey, I'm glad to see Robert Pattinson is, of course, doing some really good stuff in recent years. I mean, hell, I've seen him in Tenet that I did talk about a couple years ago, and he was really good in that. So yeah, whatever the case may be, the actors and the characters, really great in my opinion. I love the way they actually turned out. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say on that. Alright, so now that I've actually got those two out of the way, what else is there for me to talk about? Well, quite a whole lot, actually, for starters, pretty much, if anything, the tone and the atmosphere in this movie, I have to admit, it really does fit in well for, of course, this movie, making things all the more dark and gritty and stuff, which actually does fit the mood for, of course, this movie about Batman, even though the movie is called, well, The Batman for sure. So yeah, I really do love the way the tone and the atmosphere actually is representing, of course, this movie, and it actually does fit in well for, of course, this movie overall. So yeah, I guess it's what I can say on that, and not to mention, visually, the film looks really great in terms of visuals right about now. Judging by the way I'm actually seeing it right about now, I really do love the really nice portrayal of pretty much Gotham City in general. It just looks absolutely incredible, and it does actually look like an actual city that you could actually be in for sure. I mean, as long as you can probably do your best to stay away from any crime in Gotham City for sure. But hey, I have to say, Gotham City in this movie actually does look really great in this movie, and it does showcase on how well visually this film is done, and of course, not to mention the director, yeah, pretty much the direction in this movie by the film's director, Matt Reeves. I have to say, I say he really did a fine job, and of course, directing this movie for what it is, and it really does shine through with, of course, what I've actually seen for the most part, and yeah, I just love the way it actually turned out, and not to mention, I really do admire some really great cinematography, as of course it does provide some really great camera shots all the way, and I love on how well cut up the film's editing is, as it's pretty much the way it's actually cut up for sure is just absolutely pitch perfect, and what else? Oh yeah, and not to mention, pretty much the action scenes in this movie, or should I say the action sequences, is brilliantly well done. I just love the way on how well it actually turned out for sure. Yeah, pretty much every single pretty much every single chase and every single little fight I've actually seen. It's brilliantly well done, and I love the way it actually turned out. But probably the most important thing that I can say about this movie is that, unlike the previous Batman movies, where they have, of course, portray Batman as, of course, a regular old superhero, I really do love the way that this Batman movie, for sure, actually also decided to go into the detective side of things for Batman, for sure, because, yeah, that's literally how Batman is, of course, portrayed, for sure. He's not just a really great superhero, he is also the world's greatest detective, for sure. So yeah, judging by just from the way I actually see that in this movie, I say it is, of course, the main highlight in this movie. I love the way it actually turned out. So yeah, I guess with all that said and done, with everything that I've actually said, that actually does show on how much I really love this movie overall. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say on that. Alright. Whew, I need that. So yeah, I guess that actually does showcase on how much I actually really love this movie overall. Though, if there's any problems that I actually do have with this movie, I actually do have quite a few, to be honest. First off is, of course, the subplots I have to say that goes along with the main plot. Just kind of feels a bit uneven for sure, and does kind of take away on, of course, why I've actually seen throughout the course of this movie over here. But now, maybe I think it would have been much better if they just cut those out and stick with the main plot for sure. But yeah, the subplots in this movie, I just don't think actually worked well in my opinion. So yeah, and of course, the second thing that I should mention on what doesn't work in this movie is that excuse me, so yeah, I guess I have anything. The second thing I have to say on probably the main problem with, of course, this movie is that, well, seeing of how this is a Batman movie, there's a ton of Batman villains that you can actually go for overhand by now, and of course, probably I think the main highlight for sure is, of course, pretty much one of the Batman villains is, of course, the Riddler, and you can actually portray the Riddler just fine for sure. I mean, there's several different interpretations that are, of course, done well for sure, and yeah, and I guess for the case of the Riddler in this movie, yeah, I just don't think it actually worked in my opinion. I mean, judging by the way to see his face all covered up for sure, and no, I'm not going to reveal who is the Riddler in this movie. Yeah, that will, of course, be spoiling the whole thing for sure, but from the way I actually see this movie's portrayal of the Riddler, I just don't think it actually worked well in my opinion. I mean, judging by the way I see his entire face covered up with only his eyes being shown with glasses and stuff, I just don't think it actually worked well in my opinion, and just kind of looks a bit lazy for sure, and not to mention his personality throughout the movie, I just don't think actually worked, and does kind of feel out of place for the Riddler overhead by now, and not to mention another thing I should mention is that the Penguin, for while not awful in my opinion, just yeah, it seemed to be trying way too hard with of course what I'm actually seeing right now, and again, I just not sure if it actually worked well for sure, and not to mention Catwoman right now, and this is something I should address right now. Pretty much costume wise, pretty much the Batman costume, it's actually really great. I love the way it actually turned out, but for Catwoman right about now, yeah, I think it just kind of feels cheaping out of place, and almost looks a bit like a Halloween costume for sure. Pretty much instead of a costume made specifically for a Batman anti-hero or villain for sure. But that's just me talking overhead about now. So yeah, I guess it's all I can say for, of course, those two right about now. So yeah. Alright. But yeah, I think, I guess if anything, those two right now, they're nothing to, of course, probably the third and probably the biggest flaw I actually have with this movie is that, well, I guess if anything, this movie is long. And I mean, like, massively long. Yeah, pretty much clocking in at nearly 3 hours long. 3 hours! 3 goddamn forsaken hours! My oh my, I really don't know why they have to make it that long for sure, but yeah, I think if anything, probably from the way I'm actually seeing it, if they would have actually stick with, of course, a pretty much a shorter runtime for that, I think we would have actually gotten something a little bit better for sure, but I do understand they want to cram in a whole lot for, of course, this movie, and yeah, definitely does go on for way too long right now, and excuse me, so yeah, and of course every single time I actually pull out the watch on my phone, I thought to myself, oh my god, how long is this movie? So yeah. So yeah, definitely feels much longer than 3 hours, but since I know I actually really do like this movie, it is, of course, without a doubt, the best 3 hours of my life for sure. So, but yeah, could have been much better if it's done a whole lot shorter right now. But I do understand why they want to make it that long. But trust me when I say, not everything has to be like Avengers Endgame. I'm just saying. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say on that. Alright. Alright, so I guess that's pretty much everything that I need to say about this movie. So yeah, I guess overall, The Batman is, of course, a really good movie, in my opinion, and I just love the way it actually turned out. It's got everything I would expect for, of course, a regular Batman movie, but also tried to do something new and different, but also keeping fresh and relevant at the same time. And in the end, it's not pitch perfect by all means, but I still think it's actually a really good one that is definitely worth your time checking out for sure. So yeah, I guess if it's something up your alley, then by all means go ahead and check this movie out for yourself. I say yeah, it is massively long for, of course, a nearly 3 hour running time, but trust me when I say it is, of course, the best 3 hours of your life that you'll definitely get from, of course, this movie overall. So yeah, I guess if anything, I highly recommend the new Batman movie right about now. Like I say, it's not pitch perfect by all means, but it is really good nevertheless. So yeah, for my final score right about now, I'm of course going to give The Batman a massively solid, well, an 8.5 out of 10. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can give for my final score right now. Like I said, it's not the best I've actually seen, but it is a really good movie that is worth your time checking out. So yeah, if it's something up your alley, then definitely go watch this movie for yourself. So yeah, trust me when I say that once you do, you're in for a real treat. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say on that front. So yeah, what else can I say except, well, strap on your Batman suit and, of course, head on over to stop the crime waves of Gotham City and, of course, solve an interesting mystery for yourself. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say on that. Alright. And so yeah, that's pretty much about it. Thank you guys so much for watching this this latest thoughts video right about now, and let me know in the comment section below if you have seen The Batman and what you thought about it, as well as, of course, leaving me constructive criticism and or advice on how I can improve my videos in the near future. And of course, as always, feel free to send me an email if you want to ask me any questions, or if you just want to book me for a con or event that'll be coming up sometime in the near future. Follow me on my social media sites like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and plenty other social media sites that I have provided if you want to keep up to date with me on updates, announcements, and new releases coming up. So all the links to them are down in the description box below. And of course, feel free to support me on Patreon if you want to see sneak peeks to some videos that I got coming up in the near future, as well as some other awesome rewards that will help fit into your budget. And of course, if you enjoyed today's video, then give it a massive thumbs up, as it really does help this channel out. And speaking of on my channel, feel free to subscribe and turn on the notification bell and select all notifications, so that way you'll be notified once I upload a brand new video. So yeah, that's pretty much about it. Thank you guys so much for watching this this latest thoughts video, and yeah, like I said, the month of March ramping out is going to be a really busy month for me ramping out, given to a lot of stuff that I've got going on ramping out. But hey, if I can make time, I'll be sure to do another thoughts video later on, talking about the next movie that I'll eventually talk about. But I'm not telling you what it is. That's something you're gonna have to figure out for yourself. But yeah, I guess until then, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.